Hello and welcome, my name is Nilas. This is episode 4 of our Let's Play campaign of Factorio. We are playing Angels Mods. We are playing it Angels Mods tutorials. So that means I'll be trying to focus on things that are nice designs and showcase it, explain what's going on, try to give an introduction to Angels Mods and give my recommendations on how to play it in terms of sequence, designs, builds, when to build big, when to build small, when to put in the biggest effort, when to just do a hack. And we have at this point, this is our base. Let's look at it from a belt view. You can see I have started working more on our city blocks. It's a new city block concept that I'm going to do. I'm just making it city blocks everywhere, and then I'm going to see how things are panning out. The one thing that is a bit concerning is, well, that's actually not concerning anymore. I just saw that we have a 2.4 million sapphire out here because our sapphire is the smallest one. It's only 421, so that's going to run out soon. So between sessions, what I did, I've just been cleaning up some things. I've been making sort of the perimeter nice. And what we want to do today is start utilizing the stuff we built on the bus. So I want to build it up here. Let's start working on explaining what our options are. When playing Angel Mod, a lot of things are gated behind the basic electronic boards. If I look at Factorio NEI, this one, I'll search. First, I'll just move it to the middle. There we go. That's where we're used to having it. Go. That one. And I'm going to do electronic. That one. For some reason, that doesn't register on a basic electronic. If I right click on this, there are 122 items that are part of it that require this. So you can really see this is, and there's no point in clicking through it. This is a gatekeeper for the majority of the game. And that means we need to get towards it. So we start by getting the science. Then as we can go back here and look at it. This requires basic circuit boards. That means we need to build this. It also requires basic electronic components. We have these. They require carbon. What is carbon? And tin copper wire. Well, that's copper wire. We wrap tin around it. Comes here. We have the salt, the other one. Carbon, we can go back to that. It also requires solder. Solder is some nasty thing here that requires resin, solder plate, and solder plate again comes from lead and tin, and this is where we need to build the lead and tin. You can see here it requires more lead than tin because these ones are also requiring some tin. So all in all it works. It just requires some carbon as well. If you look at, anyway, we are going to work on this one. Then I'll work on carbon. Carbon here comes from carbon dioxide and coke. Coke comes from crushed coal and crushed coal comes from coal. So if I need to make carbon, you can also see the fuel value is slightly higher. Then I start need to work on all these things. And that's what I want to do. So I want to take at this point here, this is going to be my coke, no coal coming in. And the first thing I need to do is crush it. Crush it. So we are going to crush coal here. And this is not enough. I'm also going to take 2 more. And yes, there is a reason why I left 2 spaces there. And what else do we need? We need some of these because these ones will output crushed. It'll output 2 crushed. Like this. I don't even know if this is even able to keep up. Well, if this is 1 in and 2 out, then I guess it has to be like this. And there's no point in getting more in because oh wow. Did I not? I must have completely forgotten to build more of those. That's a shame. Alright, so these are now outputting here. Except I don't want all of them to be outputting on one side. So I'm gonna have to build some kind of thing here. Actually, all right. One more thing I did. I built the nanobots. I just couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't take it anymore. No, in the sense that it just makes building these kind of things so much nicer because tick 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 tick. There we are. They're now being removed, and these ones are going to be on the inside there. And that means we can take this one. These nanobots, if you look at it, they are not free because each nanobot requires an iron axe and a repair kit. So that's 3 copper and 8 iron, and have one nanobot construction bot has 10 charges, ammo in 10 ammo, 1 ammo places 1 item. So here we have a pretty good one. This is, what is it again? This is coke we're coming out with. I need the coke on the field for sure. What else do we need? Military. At some point we need military. This one doesn't have any additional, no. But it does give us access to long reach too. Advanced mechanical running. Oh, these guys. They're really good, but they're also basic. So we can take the wood processing. We can also do, let's do chemical processing because we need it, I guess. This one needs to go back on the bus. What unfortunate situation is that this one... Whee. No. There. Got it. I feel it's so slow now when I'm used to playing Angels mods, or when I'm used to playing at speed 2. Might actually just end up turning this up to speed 2 just because. So we now have the coke. We need to take some of the coke and put it into some other materials or some other mechanics here. This is where I get these machines, the liquefier that makes things liquid, and apparently also can take things being liquid. So this one, carbon dioxide, comes from coal, and this one comes from, let's see how this ends up. Okay, so if I want to make one of these that creates 3 carbon every 2 seconds. What is the speed? Speed 1.5. Okay, so that means it is producing 1 carbon per second. 3 per 2 seconds. No, that's 4.5 per 2 seconds. So it's a bit more than 2 per second. It requires, every 2 seconds, it requires 35 carbon dioxide. This one can make 50 carbon dioxide every 2 seconds. This consumes more than 50 carbon dioxide. This is strange. This is not the way it used to be. Because it used to be one of these could feed 2 of these, and that's not the case anymore. That's interesting. Should I start making stone bricks? I don't like making stone bricks actually. It doesn't fit in this setup. I will make the iron bricks, and they're not as nice. So this one leads into, oh, this cobalt processing. I thought it was something useful. Let's go into the advanced iron processing. This is something we don't need now, but we need it soon-ish. Oh, you know what? Greenhouse. We'll make it in a greenhouse. The problem with greenhouse is that it needs glass, and that's not something we can do easily. Wood processing, basic chemistry. There's a lot of interesting things to do. We'll take this one because I think we need it. These are the small machines that can... So, every 2 seconds, you're making 50 carbon dioxide. Every 2 seconds, you're requesting 35 carbon dioxide. And they're crafting same crafting speed. So 35, that's 1.5. So it's actually 2 of these, 2, 3 of those, right? That's pretty much the way it is. This one requires coke, which is what we have here. This one requires... You know, I think I can actually do it differently. Can I just build it up here? I don't like building it up there. I like building it somewhere else. Oops. This would actually have been a much nicer way. I could actually have hidden this and then pretended this was the way it's supposed to be. That doesn't matter. We'll do it this way. Come on. Click, 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 click. I wish that was faster. And this one goes into maybe something like this. No, I don't think so. Probably something different. What are we waiting for? Iron. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Iron, we can find it somewhere. We have tons of it. Yes, great. And we certainly do not need more tin at all. Okay, so let's instead build something else. Let's see, 5 of those. This is perfect. Yeah, so that goes up here. And that can be then inserted into these two. Do I have enough? No, I don't have any wood because I accidentally put it into a stupid location and bent the rest of them out here. So where do we have some wood? All right, let's see electronic. What else? Electrolysis. Nothing. These trash lots that might actually be somewhat useful. This one is taking those in. Ah, looks perfect ratio. And that's going to be here and here. Oops. 1, 1, 1. And let's get some red ones as well. One, 2. Yes, this is better. And I think I'll make another round of this. There. Yes. That should be enough for this one. And when I get better inserters, this will not be a problem. But for the time being, I have to do it this way. These 2. These 3. Really? This one moves up. And I still need to find some wood. Where do we have that? I can just... That's not it. There's not a lot of trees around here. Come on, let the nanobot. Nanobot can harvest trees. It is a bit impractical because I'm actually using wood to get more wood, but it's still net positive, so it's fine. And don't you dare comment that there is a setting so I can only harvest trees. Do not dare comment on it. I just didn't bother doing it. Yes, got it. These 2. And might be up. Close to... Oh, I can't even put this one down. Alright, let's get back on the track and get in here. Got it. Oh, shoot. Now it's copper I'm missing. There's always something, right? There's always something. Oh, that was trash lots. What else? Should I get crafting speed upgrade? This one? Oh, yeah. One thing that's important. The reason why it's so important for me to build this one first was actually displayed in this one. Automation 2. These are the usual, the blue ones. They're working at 0.75, but these require basic electronic boards. And the choice here at this point is, should I make science or should I work towards the basic electronic boards? The answer is, I'm pretty sure that's the correct answer. The answer is you work towards the basic electronic boards because you can build the science, but even if you build the science, it's not really going to make a difference because you cannot build these guys. They require 3 components, and this one is can only work with ingredients up to craft items that require up to 2 ingredients. So you cannot build an automated green science anyway. You can build an automated red science, but who gives something about that? Right? Who cares? we go. These here and here. There we go. And let's get some lights. That's probably enough lights for this one. And you are going to go back on the bus. I am going to create a lot of underground belts here. There we go. I'll have one more, and that will be the coke pellets, but we can't build that yet. So at this point, now we are still working towards the next tier. Okay, I need to get rid of this. Automation is still working. Got it. So raw wood is still here. So now we have, I don't know what we should call it. We should probably just mark it with carbon. Boom. But there's also coke. That's carbon. So let's have a look at the next part. Automation. What else do we want here? I don't know. We can do a water treatment. This allows us to take water and make it into purified water and saline water. Character trash slots. More mining tool research. We'll take wood processing. We need that soon-ish. Okay, the next part in our quest towards these guys is simply to make the basic circuit boards. So I need to figure out how and why I get the basic circuit boards. But the basic circuit boards require a few components. I am starting to build a few of these because I need them. Let's see. So basic circuit boards, I'm gonna build that somehow. Oh, one thing that's important here. Always build these kind of things, right? So there's a way to get some if you need them for whatever reason, right? There. You can go in there and you can go in there. Cool. Just so I need a bit of fuel to seed my startup. All right. Where are we now? See? Trash lots. I need to think. All right, this one, basic circuit boards. I did get some of these small ones. These small ones are faster. They work at 1 speed, but they are not as easy to work with in terms of getting things in and out. They are going to build these. This takes 1 second and takes 1 wooden board. All right, 1 wooden board. This wooden board can make 4 wooden boards. That's a bit more than I need. This one could technically produce up to 4 of those. A bit unreasonable, but about in terms of these guys, you can produce 2 per half second, so that's 4 per second. So you're can produce 4. This one consumes 3 per 1 second, so all this consumes 12 per second. And this one produces 4 per second. That one would be the correct ratio. I do doubt how on this one, however, this one is taking 1 wood in per second. And that comes from, I believe that has to be in this event. There. That's also running at 0.5 speed. But this is speed 1, this is speed half. So this one can produce 2 per half second, 4 per second, divide by 2, 2 per half second. This one consumes 2 per half second. 1 per half second. 1 per second. Ugh, 2 per second. Yes. Did anyone get this? Because I confused myself on this one. Alright, see, if I wanted to do something like this, then I'd say the right solution is here. Like this. They're gonna go directly in here. Like so. Is that even feasible? No, it's not feasible at all. Not with these power poles. Then I'd say the closest thing, isn't it just better just to do 1-to-1? It's not perfect ratio, but who cares? It's just 1 machine more than minimum. This one takes wood in and goes to these, right? I'm just trying to figure out how. Yeah, these can go on the outside here. Easy to get. And then I'll just only have 2. Just building a nice little unit here. This one. These two. These two. Out, out. And some red ones. Guess the red ones stay here for now on. And a lot of the yellow ones. Can I just build those while I'm at it? Great. That's copper. You only need copper and those wooden boards. So for each 2 of those ones here. Got it. Like this. And now we use the nanobots. And of course this is stupid because this is not where it's going to be. So basically, in order for me to do this, I'm going to take an inbound, let's call it here. This one will be inbound with wood. I'm going to take 1, 2. Oh, this is way too close. There. In, out, out. Wooden boards. Boom, boom, boom. Now my question on this one is how much? We decided that was 2 per second. And that's why I need 2 of them. Great. Perfect. I will kill all of this because that's not what I want. Come on, nanobot, you can do it. Tick, 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 tick. All right, as soon as they have selected, they are in motion and I can walk away. So these 2, oh, hold on. That's not correct. I think we need to do it differently. They are going to into these guys. Oh, I like this. I like this a lot. That one. That one. This is sweet. This is exactly how I want it. And let's get some lights there, there. They're going here. Cool. And this is where I then take that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that matching? So 4 of these for each of those. And, you know, I'm going to build 2 more. 1, 2. And, oh. There is a problem at some point because they are all outputting on the wrong side. Yeah. Near inserters is not anywhere nearby, so unfortunately I'm going to have to take half of it out. That's 6 per second, and that's 6 on the other side per second. So this is going to be very close to a full belt. Go nanobots. And let's see, this one doesn't need much space, doesn't it? That's all the space it needs. And then we can continue again. 1, 2, 3. These 2 out, these 2 out, that one's out. This is pretty good, and that will give us here. That means I can also... Oh, that was some science being done. Great. There. That should be enough to feed all of this. That was wood processing. I can also do more wood processing. Don't mind whatever it's supposed to do, but just... oops. Like this. This was going to be... I have no idea where it's... Oh, it's close by. Nice. And I have enough belts for now. So I'm gonna waste it like this. Good. There we go. And I will... This one is going to be the wood part, and I don't have that yet, which sucks. However... There we go. So that's a bit, and this one working. Let's try to figure out where I want it. Do I want it in the middle of everything? Yes, I do. There. And then I'll take all of these. Oops. Alright, this is gonna be a bit further out. That's nice. And these guys, let's see if they work. Oh, it looks like something is working. It's also not particularly fast, but okay. This is just incredibly slow. Is it really the speed that it's supposed to work with? I must have been too accustomed to the double speed. So they are here, they're fine, they are working. Is it because they are unable to get these in time? Yes, they are. So I actually need to double these up, just go crazy. Maybe not that one. There we go. That'll give us twice as much. Sweet. And the one thing we're missing is simply a little box here where I can grab stuff and just grab it whenever I need more. There we go. Awesome. So you can see now that all of this is, yeah, it's nice and all, but it doesn't work without constant supply of wood. And that is a problem because we don't have a constant supply of wood. In order for us to get a constant supply of wood, we are going to have to go to build some greenhouses, but we can't build greenhouses until we have glass, and we can't build glass until we have the silicon plus the limestone and the limestone. So there's a long process to go, and that means we have to make do for as long as we can. And now we are at a point where we can continue working towards the basic electronics. And when we have the basic electronics, well, then that's just going to be the next one, right? That's going to be the big first target. And once you do that, then you can start scaling up the base. And then once you've scaled up the base and gotten all the red green signs basically, then you're almost ready for the next science level. All right, so we're going to wrap this one up here. So let's recap what we did. We did build our coke production. We built coal to coke, coke to carbon, and we also built some basic circuit boards. I think it's just called basic circuit boards. Yes, that's going to be really handy because that's what we need to build a lot of inserters. Anyway, time for us to wrap up. Thank you very much for joining. I hope you find it useful, interesting, and entertaining. If so, you are welcome to leave a like, and I hope to see you next time. All right, goodbye.